What truly is the best superpower ever?
I'm Carl from Vladivostok, Russia. Let's talk about that.
Good Mythical Morning.
This episode is brought to you by the Rhett and Link Kommunity, which is a vibrant place for you to connect with other mythical beasts, create things, and converse. Visit the new RhettandLink.com to see it all unfold.
It's unfolding?
It unfolds on a daily basis
Like
over there.
origami being disassembled. That's what our website is.
That's a sad word picture. Okay, we asked you guys in the comments last week to tell us what do you think is the best superpower ever. Many compelling arguments in the comments.
Oh, a few, not many. A few people.
Well, I have culled some compelling comments, and then I'm going to read them, and I'm going to tell you guys what you thought was the best superpower. But then we're also going to talk about what we think are the best superpowers. Is that a deal?
That's
a nice
deal.
arrangement?
And just a quick observation. This week, like last week, and I think the last week, the mythical beasts have quite a consensus. They're starting to form this almost unnatural consensus when we ask them
We're
a
becoming
question.
one super brain, a collective brain, which is scary.
Maybe we should apply this to more than just entertainment purposes. Maybe we should actually try to do something with this collective brain.
You sound like a supervillain type of... This is getting scary at this thing.
How come you would just assume I'm going to do something bad?
Well, I know you will, sir.
Okay, let's see what you got to say here, Link.
Okay, so yeah, what you're getting at is that there was a clear winner in the comments, and that clear winner, you can probably guess it, was flying. Flying. You know, how does Superman fly just by putting his arms out?
I think
Are there any superheroes that fly by flapping their arms?
I think he could fly like a bullet. He could fly with one, but he just kind of settled. He's like, I think he can fly just by moving.
Like, does
somehow.
Hawkman fly by going like this?
Yeah, Hawkman has that special metal that gives it the wings. Yeah, he flies. He flaps. That's why he's better than Superman.
Of course, superpower wasn't limited to existing superheroes. It could be anything that you wanted to invent. Great XO said, flying, totally flying, and then I'd race a plane because I could.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think that you should get too close to the plane, though.
You get sucked into the jet.
engine. Yeah.
Like
Green Day Rock Girl 97. Flying. You don't need invisibility if you can hide behind clouds. Gosh, the more I think about it, the more awesome it sounds. I wouldn't have to walk ever again. She's thought this through. She's thinking it through while she's commenting.
It's tough to hang with friends and only fly, though.
Yeah, and
if they're walking, you need to walk, too.
And if you hover, it just seems... You just seem snooty.
Weird.
Austin Ruddle says, the flying guy always wins, unless he's evil, because good always prevails.
That's not true.
Other people mentioned other powers. Dora Drummer said, shape-shifting, hands down, you can be whatever you want. That's true of humanity in general. I just want to pause for a second and say, you know what? You don't have to be a shapeshifter to be whatever you want.
Is this like a dreams come true type speech?
Your dreams can come true. You can realize your true potential, especially if you are a shapeshifter.
People always tell the kids that they could just dream it and then it becomes reality. I think we should just be honest with you kids. That usually isn't true.
But that is a good superpower. But it's kind of, you're at the mercy of your dreams.
You dream of being a doctor, but you're probably going to be like the guy who replaces the snacks in the snack machines. I mean, let's just be honest.
Such a downer. Thoroughly, you have a superpower of just bringing the conversation down.
Discouragement. My superpower is discouragement.
Thoroughly Sketchy says, reality warping, the ability to change not yourself, but whatever you want to about any aspect of reality simply by willing it into existence or non-existence.
I just think that that's almost like saying that God is a superpower. You know what I mean? I think to a certain extent, superpowers have to make some contextual sense. And reality warping, I just kind of feel like you've crossed this possibility barrier. Flying, now that's definitely possible. People flying. Hawkman has done it.
What about this one? Back into the world of reality. Xiao 1, spaghetti shooting fingers. Great at parties.
Think about the noise that would make.
And if you work at a buffet, it's really great.
Does meat sauce come out of one hand and noodles come out of the other hand?
I don't think that this commenter actually has the power. I think they're just making a suggestion.
If I had the power, meat sauce out of this hand, noodles out of this hand, and I would shoot them like 4 feet in front of me, and they would combine into magical spaghetti like 4 feet in front of me. And
Or
that
just even regular spaghetti
and I would
still be awesome.
and I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't be a superhero. I would just open a restaurant. What'll it be?
What would you call it? You call it fingers.
I just call it Spaghetti Fingers Place.
Spaghetti fingers. Spaghetti fingers.
Spaghetti Fingers.
Isn't that what it's called when you drop things?
It's called butter hands.
Butterfingers. I'll open a restaurant next door called Butter Hands.
No. We'll serve bread and you'll be butter hands. Hey,
That's a good sketch.
The bread and butter hands are coming around first.
Spaghetti fingers
and
and butter
Spaghetti
hands.
Fingers makes his big entrance.
So, all right, this is our dynamic duo. Somebody draw a picture, upload it to the community. Spaghetti fingers and butter hands. We're opening a restaurant
Wow.
I'm
excited about this.
It's not actually going to happen.
Really? Okay.
No, I hate to burst your bubble, but you're the one who's been discouraging everybody. A few more before we get to our own. Captain Beef says the best superpower ever is to always have exact change. I think he's being kind
In
of
a
cute.
cashless society, that is not important anymore.
Meatco94.
Maybe in 1905 that would have been a good superpower.
Knowing exactly what to do and say in every single moment, which I guess I call the power of smoothness.
It's like that Mellow campaign where you could do it one way, then you could do it smoothly.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
The Godsend says telekinesis. This is one of the number 2 and number 3 slot is the clear choice. The ability to repel anything, fly because you can telekinesize yourself, cut through anything, crush anything, and turn off the lights when you're already in your bed.
That's the most useful part of that power. Or you could just have the clapper.
Yeah, you could. McThusis finally says the ability to stop time is the best. It lets you call a time out. Literally any point in your life, take as much time as you need. I don't know what it means. Let you call a timeout. Oh, I get it. Call a timeout.
Time out.
Yeah, I just read that with the
Or
wrong
you touch your
emphasis.
nose. Or this. What did the girl on that 80s show do?
I don't know what she did.
Touched.
It lets you call a timeout literally any point in your life. Take as much time as you need to solve any problem, but you don't take too much time because then you'll start aging and people will start to notice. Because she says, McThusis says, no one knows unless you're very stupid about when you restart time. And the thing about this, the greatest superhero of all time had this ability.
Who could stop time?
That's a good question. Zach from Saved by the Bell.
Been looking all over for you. Time out! Man, this is horrible. I just meant to get a car. If I don't find a way out of this, my life at Bayside is over. Time in. Oh, Mr. Belvin, I'm sorry.
Okay, so what do you think, Link? What is your best superpower?
Well, if I was going to go in a different direction and maybe go more practical. So at first I was thinking that my superpower of choice would be being able to open that jar that nobody else can open. Sometimes I go home and Christy's like, I cannot open this. And the kids are around, and sometimes the kids even say, oh, I can open it. I can open it. And I'm not talking about super strength. I'm talking about specifically in this instance, I want to be the only guy on earth who can open that one jar nobody can open. Because if you've ever done it, which you're not that strong, so maybe you haven't experienced it, it feels so good.
It's not a superpower. It's just called being dad.
Just
I
get
do
the elation.
I do that regularly.
Okay, so I kind of knew that. So then I kind of moved on and said, well, I realized that a lot of people were just saying things that were fun. So I think I'm going to pick one for the greater good, like being able to heal people. But that's kind of a little too. That's not really superpower as much as
healer.
spirit. No, not he. I'm going with emit purified water because there's lots of people who need water. So I'm going for the high road here. But I would have to either vomit pure water or pee pure water. So I'd have to hide when I created the water and then give it to people who needed
Why can't
it.
you just shoot it out of your fingers like Butterhand does?
I just don't think that's feasible.
But it's much more appetizing.
I know I would have to hide to do it.
Okay, you went the high ground. I'm taking surprise, the low ground, and I actually have 3. I have one that I think would be of great benefit if you were an evil superhero, or you just wanted to perpetrate evil on the earth.
So the worst superpower ever is what?
Mind control. The ability to get anyone to think whatever you want them to think and to do whatever you want them to do. If you had mind control, you could just send the world on a tailspin. You could do whatever you wanted to inflict great evil upon the world. And I don't want to necessarily do that. Not necessarily. I don't want to do that. So my second greatest superpower ever just has to do selfishly with our career. Like what could make us the most successful that we could possibly be.
I think that's spaghetti from the fingers.
And I was going to say shape-shifting a second ago because whenever we would need to play a certain role or if we need to look like two really good-looking women to make a video go viral, we could just turn ourselves into two really good-looking girls. And it'd be like, this is a Rhett and Link video? Yeah, we shape-shifted.
You've heard it here, people. Rhett wants to be a good-looking girl.
Just for a video, not like as a lifestyle choice.
For his career.
And the final one, just out of personal fun and convenience, I think this beats flying any day, teleportation. Because I've discussed this before in some other video in the past.
Being able to show up anywhere in an instant.
And I think that iterative or interpolated teleportation essentially could be flight. In other words, I could just teleport myself to a point in the sky and then kind of glide like a flying squirrel and then teleport. And if I teleported very, very quickly from one point to the next, I am essentially recreating the sensation of flight. Just go.
It's kind of like stop motion.
It's like stop motion flying. So it looks cooler too. Here comes the guy who's always in stop motion flight. But then I could just go to China if I wanted to. If you have to fly, you have to fly to China. You get bird crap in your face. You have to go through the weather. You have to wear a heavy coat.
Bird crap in your face. I just
go to China if I want to go to China. If I want authentic Chinese food, that's why I would go.
But you couldn't take anybody with you.
No, if I'm touching you, if I'm in contact with you, you can go with me.
That's a different power. You can't have two. All right, next week. We're going to discuss what you leave a comment now about, and that is what is the best toy ever? The best toy ever. This might be a toy that, if you're an older person like me, it's the toy you held on to because it's awesome. Or maybe you play with toys now because you're a younger person like I used to be. Best toy ever.
Okay, we're going to end the episode by forgetting that we're still recording.
Well, that was good.
This show.
I'm glad we're not recording anymore.
We really got to find something else to do. I mean, like right now.
You want to go get a massage? I saw this sign when I was driving down the street, and it was on the back of a truck, but it said $50 massage.
Oh no, it said full body scrub. I saw it too.
That was the other side of the sign. You could get a full body scrub, and I could get a massage, but I don't want to be in the same room as you.
No. And the other side of the sign said table shower. I'm not kidding about this. You remember you were there?
Yeah. I was there. Well, you're just talking to me. No one else is listening.
What is a table shower? And do we really want to get one?
I don't want a table shower.
Full body scrub?
I've stood up and gotten a shower before, but no one else was present. Table shower.
Uh-oh.